Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakdash. And this lesson is going to be titled, The Evils Done by the Wicked. Starting off at Proverbs 4:14. Enter not into the paths of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, and unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness, and drink the wine of violence. See, so Esau, he can't rest until he has done something wicked, like murdering, stealing, lying, kidnapping. There's all these things that Esau has done. This is what This is what makes him feels good about himself by doing all these evil. This is why he's always like this, because he feels satisfied. He feels like he's truly doing something by doing this. But really, he's just condemning himself even more, building up more list of judgment for when Yahweh gets him. He'll be judged even harder. But this is why they keep doing this. They keep creating confusion, and you see so much evil that comes from them, because this is all they do. It's in their spirit to act like this. Like it says, they can't rest until that happens. I guess until they do some wicked. But next I want to get Wisdom of Solomon 1:9. For inquisition shall be made unto the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his words shall come unto Yahweh for the manifestation of his wicked deeds. See, so the Most High is keeping track of how much wickedness Esau is building up of himself. So that when the day of judgment comes, the day, judgment day, where Babylon falls, there won't be any holding back. The Most High is gonna unleash all his power against this man. Because he keeps, doing all this wickedness to everyone. But mainly it's important that he's doing it to, the Most High's children, the Israelites. And he's done the most against Israel. Which is why whenever Yahushua comes back, there's not going to be any holding back at all. Complete evisceration of Esau. Esau's kingdom is going to happen. And obviously there's going to be some that be hiding bunkers. But when the time comes, we're going to be taking them out of there. And they're going to become, our slaves. But next, let me get Psalms 2:1. Why did the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, and Yahweh shall have them in derision. Let me read this in the NLT. Why are the nations so angry? Why do they waste their time with futile plans? The kings of the earth prepare for battle. The rulers plot together against Yahweh and, and against his anointed one. Let us break their chains, they cry, and free ourselves from slavery to the Most High. But the one who rules in heaven laughs, and Yahweh scoffs at them. See, so, all their work, to come against us, it's going to come to nothing. Because, Yahweh, it's Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, they're going to be in the heavens, laughing at this man, trying to come against us. Because they're not going to achieve their goals. The elect will still be delivered no matter what. You can't make them come against the Lord, because the Most High has already said it, that the elect will be delivered, and it will happen. So all of this is for nothing. They want to break their connection, but that ain't gonna happen. Next, I'm gonna get Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. See, so even whenever they're in their beds, when they're sleeping, when they wake up, all they can think about is, practicing evil. So Esau always has a need to do some type of, witchcraft to put on all the people. You just see him do with some of these foods, TV. That way they can be, kind of like controlled. But they especially always come against Jake, push Jake in such a low state. And they're always doing mischief and bringing evil into others. That way he can feel like he's better. But the Most High sees it all. So really, he's just building up for himself in judgment. But next, let me get 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalteth himself above all that is called power, or that is worship, so that he as power sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is power. So Esau thinks that he is above Yahweh, which is why he always keeps coming against the Lord, coming against Israel. Because Esau truly thinks, he can escape the Most High's grasp. Because his pride is at an all-time high right now. Even though all these things were revealed of Esau, no one has really come against him. But next, I'm going to get Habakkuk 2:4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. See, so upright meaning behaving with strict or moral integrity. But Esau can't behave like a normal person, like an honest person. He can't take any accountability, which you always see, in the world. He will always, victimize himself, push blame onto others, as you always see, and get away with it. Because people see this, but they don't really, ultimately they don't even, they just forget about it. They get distracted, falling back into the world, get distracted by these movies, games, entertainment, and they just fall back right into the world, like nothing happened. But the Most High sees it, so hey, that's all that really matters. But next, let me get Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So his wickedness is completely just stuck on him. They build it up so much, like this is all he is now. There's nothing good that's coming out from him. And you shouldn't be trusting the man of sin, the man of sin. Because, that's why he got the title. Because that's all he does. Causing confusion, spewing lies, blaming others. This man does not have no true type of it's true emotion like how Israel does. They just, they love chaos. That's why they're the man of sin. But next, let me continue. Number 11. Though he humble himself and grow crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. So even though he's acting all good and everything, you still shouldn't trust this man at all. Because he's still covered in sin. He's still covered of wickedness. Because he acts good for a bit doesn't mean you can trust him. 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? I'm sorry, I meant 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he has overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Never let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. See, so you can't trust this man, not one bit, man. You end up coming up with some scheme to having you put out of position and him taking over your spot. Like this man just always keeps planning, to steal, evil, wickedness. So you can't trust this man, not one bit. But next, I'm going to get Ezekiel 13, 10. Because even because they have seduced my people, saying peace, and there was no peace. And one built up a wall, and lo, others daubed it with untempered mortar. See, so they keep on lying, and they keep causing great confusion, being very deceitful unto everyone. So we can't have any trust in this man. That's why he's called the man of sin. Otherwise, we set ourselves up for destruction, falling back right into the world. They're leading us to go astray, leaving the Lord. Next, let me get precept, Psalms 58. And 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. They keep lying, as you see in the media. They keep lying. They keep, like, right now, they're acting like United States and China are completely against each other right now. But yet they're making deals for the digital ID to be built up. But they just lying, face front. On the mainstream, make it seem like they're completely against each other. But in the back, they're over here planning together, forming an alliance. Next, let me get another precept. Isaiah 32 and 7. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak as right. I read the NLT. The smooth tricks of scoundrels are evil. They plot crooked schemes. They lie to convict the poor, even when the cause of the poor is just. So that way he can stay in power. They're going to be like, oh, this man is just talking crazy. Well, everything that the guy was saying was true. While he stays in control, while Esau still stays in control of the power. Next, let me get Ephesians. Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. See, so this is why we must be spiritually well structured. Put on the armor of the Most High. So that's what we gotta do. That's why we gotta keep building ourselves up in this truth. So that way, we won't get, struck down by the world. So we can fall. So we would fall back right into it. No, man. So we gotta always keep building ourselves up. But next, let me get Daniel 9, 12. And he has confirmed his words, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven has not been done, as has been done upon Jerusalem. As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil has come upon us, yet made we not our prayer before Yahweh our power, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand thy truth. Therefore has Yahweh watched upon the evil and brought it upon us for Yahweh. And for Yahweh our power is righteous, in all his works which he doeth, for we obeyed not his voice. So all these atrocities that have happened unto Jacob is all because we decided to follow after our own, our own selves, our own lust, our own worldly desires, instead of following after Yahweh. And that's why we were cursed, being brought down by the Most High Himself. That's why all these things have happened unto us. That's why we're a cursed people. But when the day of judgment comes, the elect, they'll be delivered. 2/3, they'll still be set for destruction. But that's why, all these things have come to happen unto us. That's why we lost our name. We forgot who we were as a people. But, prophecy is now being fulfilled. We're being awakened back up to know who we truly are, who the children of Israel are, and who the 12 tribes are, through the 12 tribes chart. And awakening the elect of Israel. But anyway, with that, that's going to wrap up the lesson. I want to give all praises, glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And with that, I'm going to say, Shalom.